Under a blood-red moon, a world in ruin. For 20 years, demons have ravaged the earth. But humanity fought back, awakening new powers. They became known as hunters, trained in special academies. In these schools, power is everything. But for a boy named Fang Cheng, power was a distant dream. 3 years of training and still nothing. He's known as the weakest, a target for the cruel. A blonde-haired student relentlessly attacks him. But even after all this, our boy refuses to break. The bully mocks him, declaring the weak deserve their fate. But a sudden flash of white stops him cold. A powerful shockwave sends the bullies flying. She looks down on them, her question hanging in the air. Her power is calm, controlled, and utterly overwhelming. He knows her as Lin Long Yue, his childhood friend. Furious, the bully demands to know why she's helping trash. He threatens her, not seeing the cold fury in her eyes. His friends wisely decide it's time for a tactical retreat. The weapon that saved him is bound to her by a chain. Bruised and battered, Fang Cheng thanks his childhood friend. But she cuts straight to the point. Graduation is a month away and he's still powerless. He looks away, admitting that repeating the year isn't an option. His sister has sacrificed everything for his tuition since their parents died. If he can't awaken his abilities soon, he'll have to quit the academy for good. But Lin Longyue grabs him, her weapon flaring with impatience. She tells him not to give up, reminding him there's still a month left. They stand back to back as she delivers a harsh truth. Fail the exam and he'll be a loser for the rest of his life. Well, that's one way to motivate someone. He watches her leave, thinking she hasn't changed a bit. But her words ignite a fire inside him. With no path but forward, he decides to fight to the end. He sprints through the city wondering why he's still powerless. He wants to be an elite, just like her. He vows to push his body to its absolute limit. But suddenly, the streets erupt into chaos. A nearby building is torn apart as people scream in terror. A little girl is trapped in the path of destruction. Towering over her is a massive horned demon. He recognizes the monster, the city's most wanted D-class demon, Blade. The demon raises its massive arm to strike, but in a flash, Fang Cheng dives in to save her. He knows it's insane, but he couldn't just stand by. The demon turns, its eyes burning with fury, and in an instant, its claws tear right through him. He cries out in agony as the girl watches in horror. With what little strength he has left, he tells her to run, but he refuses to back down, facing the monster head-on. He throws himself at the demon in a final desperate act. He collapses, realizing a powerless human can't be a hero. The demon grins, savoring its victory. Fang Cheng realizes he's just a meal to this monster. Lying broken, he still searches for a way to fight back. But the demon's fist comes crashing down, a brutal lesson in the difference between power and powerlessness. As his life flashes before his eyes, he feels nothing but regret. He never became a hunter, never repaid his sister, never became strong. But that regret ignites a desperate will to live and to kill. A rage so powerful it triggers a hidden system message. With his life fading, he's offered a chance to merge with the Demon Slayer. He finds himself in a crimson void, confused by the mysterious offer. A shadowy presence appears, its hand resting on his shoulder. Its touch is cold, a silent promise of what's to come. He's dragged down by countless hands screaming into the abyss. The system gives him a final warning. 10 seconds left to accept the offer. With no other choice, he knows this is his only chance. He reaches out, ready to seal the pact. A flash of light confirms the merge is successful. He has now inherited the power of the Demon Slayer. Back in reality, the Demon Blade looks down, sensing something has changed. A surge of power tears through the demon's victim. But what rises from the rubble is not human. The Demon Blade can't comprehend what it's seeing. A new form, forged in the abyss. The ground shatters as his transformation completes. The system announces his new Demon Slayer form is active. But the power comes at a cost, an agonizing, mind-splitting pain. He can barely stay conscious, but the enemy is still there. A single primal instinct takes over, kill the enemy. And the Demon Blade, sensing a challenge, charges forward. The demon's attack is blocked, much to its confusion. Fang Cheng's new form stares back with cold, predatory eyes. With a single kick, he sends the massive demon flying. Blade crashes into the ground, stunned by this sudden power. But Fang Cheng gives it no time to recover, lunging forward. He closes the distance in a flash of pure destructive energy. The two clash in a brutal exchange of blows. But the Demon Blade is clearly on the losing end. It swings wildly, a desperate attempt to regain control. But Fang Cheng effortlessly dodges, mocking its pathetic speed. He tells the demon its attacks are far too slow. A single punch sends a shockwave through the street. Nearby, 2 civilians can only watch in horror. But a strange voice suddenly echoes in his mind. It commands him to kill the witnesses. He fights the urge, telling them to flee for their lives. Even after merging with the Demon Slayer, he vows to hold on to his humanity. But Blade isn't about to let him have a moment of introspection. Fang Chung meets the charge with a fist of his own. His new power is meant for one thing: destroying his enemies. The Demon Blade dissolves into nothingness. A system message confirms he's absorbed the demon's power. So this is how he awakens. Not through training, but through slaughter. As his battle lust fades, the monstrous form recedes. He's back to his human self, but now he has a new problem. The noise of the battle will draw attention, and he can't be found. He flees to the quiet suburbs of Dongzhou City, trying to disappear into the shadows of the back alleys. He finally arrives at a cluttered doorway, his journey home complete. He steps through the door, announcing his return. His sister turns, her concern quickly turning to alarm. He brushes it off with a smile, claiming he just ran into some trouble. But inwardly, he knows his new powers are the only reason he's standing. She reminds him of the tragic fate their parents met at the hands of a demon. He promises her he'll be careful, trying to ease her worries. Trying to shake off the sad memories, she offers to make him dinner. He thanks her, the weight of the day lifting slightly. Later, he washes away the grime and blood from the battle. He emerges to find a warm meal waiting for him. He digs into the meal with gusto, his sister watching over him. But as he eats, he asks what she had for dinner. She hesitates, saying she just ate at her convenience store job. But Fang Chung sees right through the lie, realizing she always saves the best for him. He tells her to stop sacrificing for him, pushing the meal away. His outburst leaves her speechless and heartbroken. Through tears, she explains that he's all she has left in the world. Her words hit him hard, a painful reminder of their bond. Filled with new resolve, he promises to change their lives for the better. And for the first time, she looks at him with unwavering belief. He agrees, his eyes filled with a new kind of determination. He tells her to go about her chores while he finishes his meal. As she works, she can't help but notice how much he's changed. Wiping away a tear, she sees that her little brother has finally grown up. All she wants is for him to graduate and become the hunter he was meant to be. Later that night, Fang Chung realizes the weekend is almost here. He decides to spend his time off hunting demons for money. A typical weekend. He opens the official Hunters Union app on his phone and finds a bounty for an E-class piranha octopus nearby. He's confident that with his Demon Slayer ability, this will be easy. He knows nothing in this world comes easy. Meanwhile, back at the scene of the battle, a special unit has arrived to investigate the chaos. Their leader asks about the cameras, but they were all destroyed. With a cold gaze, he orders them to find who killed the Demon Blade. His subordinate quickly agrees to the command. He concludes that only another demon could have done this. The next day, Fang Chung arrives at the desolate bounty location. He navigates the wreckage, searching for his target, but he quickly stumbles upon the body of another hunter. He notes the hollow wounds, a demon's gruesome handiwork. Suddenly, he senses a dangerous presence nearby. The piranha octopus demons reveal themselves, controlling dead bodies. He recognizes them as parasitic E-class monsters. They swarm him, weapons raised and ready to strike, but he leaps back, dodging their clumsy assault. Even in human form, his new power grants him incredible agility. He can even feel the demonic aura, bending it to his will. The demons lunge forward for another attempt, but his system automatically activates a new ability. Talk about a helpful user interface. He decides to test the power of his new hand swords. With a single fluid motion, he slices through the first demon. The others rush in, only to meet the same fate. He becomes a whirlwind of dark, destructive energy. But he learns that killing these E-class demons offers no reward. Just then, a strange noise puts him on high alert. From the shadows, an entire army of octopus demons reveals itself. He realizes with dawning horror that he's walked into a trap. The first few monsters were nothing more than bait, and now he's surrounded by a seemingly endless horde. He unleashes a flurry of attacks, tearing through the swarm. But for everyone he cuts down, 2 more take its place. He parries another blow, the sheer numbers starting to wear on him. It's just as he feared. He stumbled right into the demon's nest. The fight rages on, his arm blades a blur of dark energy, but he admits to himself that he can't keep up this pace. Without his Demon Slayer form, he's just an E-class hunter, and he's being overwhelmed. The horde presses in, a crushing wave of monsters ready to devour him. He stomps on a fallen enemy in sheer frustration. Trapped and outmatched, he curses his current limitations. And just when things couldn't get worse, the real boss appears. A D-class demon far stronger than Blade. The sheer terror is written all over his face. At its command, the horde swarms in for the kill. He's completely buried, knowing he'll be devoured if this continues. But that familiar primal instinct begins to take over again. With no other choice, he unleashes his demon slayer form and immediately begins to carve a path through the swarm. The demon leader watches, intrigued by a human who can become a demon. All he wanted was to hunt a few weak demons for some cash. So much for a simple plan. The demon leader scoffs, seeing nothing more than an ant in a borrowed shell. But Fang Chung scoffs at its arrogance, asking how a monster could ever understand the desperate struggle of a human trying to survive. His fist crashes into the demon's face with brutal force. The demon leader seems impressed by his skill, but it mocks his speed, launching a tentacle of its own. Its limbs lash out, ensnaring him completely. The demon leader boasts that it will crush his weapons first. The tentacles tighten, threatening to shatter his arm blades. He knows if his blades break, they'll be useless for a while, but the demon leader's tentacles squeeze with crushing force. It declares that the weak deserve only to be destroyed. With a final squeeze, it sends Fang Chung flying. He lands hard, realizing this demon is far smarter than Blade. It prefers to fight from a distance, so he needs to find a weakness fast. The demon mocks his silence, lunging forward to attack again. But in that moment, Fang Chung spots it. The eyes are its weak point. He decides to go with a classic time-honored technique. Smashing his foot into the ground, he prepares his surprise attack. He kicks a cloud of dust and rock straight at the demon's face. The demon roars in fury as the debris hits its eyes. Fang Chung declares that against a monster, he'll use any trick he can. He closes the distance and lands a devastating blow. The demon leader tries to detach its main body, hoping to escape. But Fang Chung grabs a makeshift spear, refusing to let it flee. The demon plays dead, planning to regenerate and strike again. A classic villain move, but Fang Chung knows better than to leave an enemy standing. He makes sure the job is finished, ending the demon for good. A system message confirms he's absorbed a new tentacle ability. With the battle won, his transformation begins to fade away. The system informs him that this time there's no instant healing, but he's satisfied, knowing a D-class demon will bring a hefty reward. His arrival back in the city causes quite a stir. He hauls the massive corpse on his back, regretting not taking a cab. After a long walk, he finally reaches his destination, the Hunter Guild, ready to cash in his bounty. The main hall is bustling with professional hunters. He takes in the scene, a newcomer in a world of veterans, but his gruesome trophy immediately draws some unwanted attention. He realizes he's being watched by inspectors from the Hunter Union. They openly doubt him, certain he must have stolen someone else's kill. But Fang Chung challenges their assumption, asking why a student can't fight demons. The inspector demands to see his hunter's license to prove it. He knows they're just trying to cause trouble, as they have no right to check. Mistaking his hesitation for guilt, they lunge to take his prize. But with a simple step, he dodges their clumsy grab. The commotion starts to draw the attention of the other hunters. A scarred veteran in the crowd realizes this is no ordinary student. The inspectors are furious, shouting at him for daring to escape. But Fang Chung just looks back, completely unfazed by their blustering. But before they can touch it, Fang Chung lands a solid punch. He grabs the second inspector, hoists him into the air with surprising strength, and slams him right into the floor. The crowd murmurs, certain the kid has just sealed his fate. But the scarred veteran steps forward, declaring the fight is over. He introduces himself as Joe T., the union's vice president. The inspectors immediately cry foul, demanding he punish the boy. Fang Chung stays silent, unsure of what comes next. But the vice president turns on his own men, scolding them for their blindness. With a cold glare, he declares the union doesn't feed fools. The two inspectors are immediately reduced to tears. Well, that's karma for you. He then turns to Fang Chung, impressed by his skill. But Fang Chung admits he has no special abilities, a claim that sends murmurs of disbelief through the crowd. But the vice president just smiles, seemingly unconcerned. To Fang Chung's surprise, the veteran says he believes him. He leads the boy away to claim his reward, leaving the others behind. The massive demon corpse is unceremoniously dropped onto a desk, where a blue-haired officer introduces herself as the one in charge of bounties. The vice president tells him he can skip the queue from now on. He even tries to play matchmaker, much to the officer's embarrassment. Fang Chung awkwardly thanks him, still maintaining his cover story, but Joe T tells him he sees a kindred spirit in the boy. He reveals that he, too, was born without any special abilities, and became the vice president through sheer physical training and will. The officer finishes her calculations, announcing a massive payout. Fang Chung holds the card, a smile spreading across his face. Jotai offers to train him, seeing his raw but unrefined talent. As they leave, the officer watches him go, clearly impressed. He considers the training offer, but his first priority is his sister. He heads home through the bustling city streets. He looks at the card, a symbol of the new life he can finally give her. But a news report on a massive public screen stops him in his tracks. His blood runs cold as he recognizes the footage. A reporter is discussing a viral video of two demons fighting. He realizes with dawning horror that it's his battle with Blade. The report then cuts to an interview with the Demon Hunter Department's deputy leader. At a press conference, the man warns the public about the danger and vows that his department will hunt down this new demon lord. The deputy leader issues a death sentence for the new demon lord. Fang Cheng watches in silence, the world closing in around him, but the public is divided, with some calling the demon a hero. He knows this fame is a curse. His identity must remain a secret. With a heavy heart, he makes his way back through the city. He arrives home, trying his best to act normal, but his sister immediately greets him with urgent news. She shows him the viral video, warning him about the very monster he is. He's stunned that the news has already reached his own home. He quickly dismisses her concerns. "Nothing to see here, sissy." He proudly shows her the bank card, revealing his massive earnings. He explains it's all from hunting demons, a sign of his newfound strength. She asks if this means he's finally awakened his hunter powers, but her excitement quickly turns to concern for his safety. He brushes off her worries, insisting she use the money to pay off their debts. The mention of their past brings a darker question to his mind. He asks about the demon that took their parents' lives. She tells him the killer was a mysterious flame demon that vanished. A new fire is lit within him, the desire for revenge. He vows that one day, he will be strong enough to find the truth. His sister holds him close, urging him to forget revenge for now. He agrees, but his eyes burn with a promise he can't yet keep. The next day arrives bright and unforgiving, and Fang Cheng realizes that hunting demons made him forget about school. He blazes through the hallways with his newfound speed, leaving a trail of stunned classmates in his wake. He finally makes it to class, only to hear everyone buzzing about the demon lord. He sinks into his chair, exhausted by his unwanted fame. But a familiar voice cuts through the noise, noting that he's changed. Lin Longyue observes that he seems stronger, and he can only laugh it off, knowing she's right. But their reunion is interrupted by the blonde-haired bully and his crew. Lin Longyue's power flares, ready to teach him another lesson. But this time, Fang Cheng steps in front of her with a confident smirk. He dismisses the bully with a casual insult, much to the guy's fury. The bully's face twists with rage, promising to make him pay. He lunges forward, his fist crackling with violent energy. The attack is aimed right at Fang Cheng's face. But our boy catches the punch with ease, declaring he's no longer a pushover. With a single fluid motion, he slams the bully to the ground. The bully looks up in shock, furious at being so easily defeated. The bully screams in rage, questioning how Trash dares to fight him. But his powered-up punch is easily sidestepped. Fang Cheng coldly asks if that's all the speed he has. The bully can't comprehend what's happening. Before he can react, Fang Cheng grabs him and sends him flying into the classroom wall. Dazed and defeated, he demands to know where this new power came from. Fang Cheng simply tells him that today, the tables have turned. The crowd erupts, cheering for the underdog who finally fought back. But Lin Longyue watches with a thoughtful gaze, knowing this kind of growth shouldn't be possible. She wonders if he's finally awakened some kind of body-strengthening power. But their standoff is cut short by a teacher's booming voice. He announces a surprise demon hunting test for the entire class. The news sends a wave of panic through the students. As they're led away, the bully promises this isn't over. He swears he'll make Fang Cheng pay for this humiliation. Nearby, another student watches, plotting his own moves. The students are led to a massive gate at the edge of a forest. Their task is to hunt F-class demons and absorb their essence. The other students scoff, confident they can handle such weak monsters. Lin Longyue asks for his thoughts, but he's more worried about the other students than the demons. The teacher announces the start of the trial, ordering them to enter. The bully and his friends rush in first, eager to claim all the kills for themselves. The rest of the class follows, disappearing into the ominous forest. But the ground is already littered with the bones of those who came before. Fang Cheng notes that F-class demons shouldn't be this deadly. Suddenly his senses flare as he warns that something is coming. A horde of insect-like demons emerges from the tree line. Lin Longyue immediately steps in to protect him, ready to fight them alone. But Fang Cheng steps forward, telling her he'll take care of it. He moves like a blur, shattering the insectoid demons with ease. His eyes are cold and focused, a complete change from before. Lin Longyue can only watch, stunned by his sudden display of power. He intercepts another attack, and she wonders if this is the same person. He notes that these F-class demons are nothing compared to his last fights. She demands to know how he changed so much in just a few days. He brushes off her questions, telling her to focus on the task at hand. They begin to absorb the essence left behind by the fallen monsters. But her attention is suddenly drawn to a commotion in the distance. Other students flee in terror, warning that a powerful demon is coming. Lin Longyue offers to take the lead, but Fang Cheng warns her this is no ordinary demon. From the darkness emerges a massive, gnarled tree monster. He recognizes it with dawning horror, a D-class tree demon. They both wonder why such a powerful beast is in an F-class trial area. He puts a hand on her shoulder, telling her to stay away from this one. But a familiar voice mocks them for their caution. The bully declares that only cowards run away from a fight. Lin Longyik wonders if Fang Cheng's punch scrambled his brains. He plans to kill the demon to impress her and put Fang Cheng in his place. Other students watch from a distance, questioning if he's really up to the task. They believe the bully might just be strong enough to pull off a miracle. He scoffs at the tree demon, dismissing it as nothing special. He leaps forward, bringing his weapon down with full force. But the demon catches his attack with ease, a terrifying grin on its face. With a single swipe, it sends the bully flying back to the ground. He screams for his friends to help him, his confidence shattered. But the demon is already on them, wiping out his entire crew in an instant. Fang Cheng notes that an E-rank student never stood a chance against a D-rank monster. The bully can only kneel in defeat as the demon towers over him. But just then, 2 new students arrive, seeing the demon as a valuable prize. The tree demon seems confused by the sudden arrivals. The other students wisely decide to run for help. Even the bully being dragged away would rather trust Fang Cheng now. Talk about a change of heart. One of the newcomers, a girl with wind powers, leaps into attack. But the demon just grins, completely unharmed. She's stunned that her wind energy can't even scratch it. Fang Cheng realizes its body is like hardened armor, and they need to find a weakness. He stands his ground, ready to face the monster head-on. The demon brings its massive fist crashing down. Fang Cheng knows he's outmatched in human form, but he can't risk transforming in front of his friend. The second newcomer lands a powerful blow on the demon, but the monster just laughs, her E-rank power useless against its hide. Fang Cheng yanks her out of harm's way, telling her to run. A cage of thorny branches erupts from the ground, trapping him. He tells her to go, promising to handle the rest himself. She can only watch as the prison closes around him. The tree demon looms over its new captive, ready for the kill. The wind user desperately tries to tear the prison apart to save him. But inside, Fang Cheng stands alone against the towering beast. He knows he has to end this before she sees his true form. The tree demon brings its fist down with a triumphant grin, but a familiar red glow fills the darkness of the cage. Fang Cheng's demon slayer form erupts, his blade slicing through the monster's arm. He stands ready as the severed limb falls to the ground. But the demon just laughs as its arm begins to regrow. The wound seals itself in a flash of green energy. Fang Cheng realizes with frustration that it has a regeneration ability. He knows he has to find a way to end this quickly. Of course it regenerates, why wouldn't it? The 2 monsters square off once more, ready for round 2. Their clash sends another shockwave through the forest. Fang Cheng meets its gaze with a predatory grin of his own. The tree demon unleashes a storm of sharpened branches. But Fang Cheng weaves through the attack with inhuman speed. He spots a fatal flaw in its pattern, a perfect opening. It's time to test out his newly absorbed tentacle ability. The tree demon can only watch as the new power takes shape. He brings his fused blades down in a devastating final blow. His eyes are cold, focused only on total annihilation. The monster shrieks as its body is torn to shreds. He lands, declaring the battle is finally over. The system confirms the kill, granting him new thorn and regeneration skills. His transformation fades, leaving behind the demon's glowing essence. He knows this is the key to unlocking even more of his potential, but he's suddenly snapped back to reality by a familiar voice. The wind user finally breaks through the cage, ready to rescue him, but she stops short, stunned to see him standing over the demon's remains. He quickly comes up with a cover story, claiming he just awakened his powers. But she can't believe he could grow so strong in just a few days. He brushes it off, saying, D-rank strength is nothing in the grand scheme of things. She seems to accept his logic, suggesting they get out of the forest. Back with the class, the teacher singles out 2 students for praise. He commends their bravery against the tree demon, much to their awkwardness. But the other students grumble, believing Fang Cheng did nothing to deserve it. And the bully seethes with jealousy, convinced that glory should have been his. Just then, another official arrives, asking specifically for Fang Cheng. He can't imagine who'd be looking for him. A bad feeling creeping in. Outside, two men wait for him, one with long white hair. As he's led closer, the white-haired man turns to face him. He recognizes him instantly, the deputy leader from the news report. Talk about an awkward meet and greet. He forces himself to stay calm, praying his secret is still safe. The deputy leader confirms his identity as Fang Cheng asks why he's being questioned. He explains they received a tip about a teenager saving a girl from the demon blade, and their investigation led them directly to him. Fang Cheng tries to laugh it off, downplaying his heroic act, but the deputy leader's gaze hardens, asking if he knows what happened next when a blue demon appeared and killed Blade. The question hits him like a physical blow, his composure shattering instantly. Later, he's with Lin Long Yue when they run into the blue-haired officer from the guild. Her internal thoughts reveal she was hoping to ask Fang Cheng out on a date, but he introduces Lin Long Yue as his childhood friend, putting a casual arm around her. The officer's hopes are immediately crushed by the unbeatable childhood friend card. The officer politely declines their dinner invitation, saying she has to go home. She reminds him to take up Zhou Ti's training offer. Fang Cheng waves goodbye, relieved she didn't get the wrong idea. And as she walks away, the two childhood friends head off together. But Lin Long Yue teases him, noting how he seems sad to see her go. He quickly changes the subject, a hint of jealousy in her question. He takes her hand, suggesting they find a place to eat. But she admits the day's events have left her feeling exhausted. Without missing a beat, he offers to carry her the rest of the way. Smooth. She just laughs, brushing off his overly chivalrous gesture. She hops onto his shoulders, suggesting a more efficient mode of transport. He's completely flustered, clarifying he meant carry, not this. But she just winks, reminding him of how they used to do this as kids. As he carries her, his mind drifts back to those simpler times. A fond smile crosses his face as he remembers. Back then, she was his biggest cheerleader. But their journey was cut short by a classic cartoon villain. A single banana peel sends them both tumbling to the ground. The fall leaves her in tears, her fun day ruined. But even then, he knew just how to make things better. He'd always been there to cheer her up. But now he realizes she's grown up too. They race through the city just like old times. He takes her to a barbecue place to celebrate. And with his new income, he can finally eat his fill. But Lin Long Yue notices he's a little too focused on the food. Their meal is interrupted by a grim conversation nearby. The men discuss a gruesome murder, the victim left in a horrific state. The story hits too close to home, reminding him of his parents' fate. Lin Long Yue immediately decides they need to investigate, but Fang Cheng knows there's no rest for the wicked or the heroic. They arrive at a gruesome scene, a crowd gathered in the street. A body hangs from a pole, a grim spectacle for all to see. The killer's message is clear, to spread fear and chaos. But Lin Long Yue spots a strange symbol on the victim's forehead. She recognizes it as the mark of the infamous Devil's Church, a secretive organization formed by a group of powerful demons. She explains they're responsible for countless civilian deaths. And they always leave their calling card, a symbol of an eye. Suddenly the pieces click into place, connecting to his parents' murder. A hooded figure with glowing red eyes drops a briefcase. Fang Cheng's eyes widen as he spots the suspicious man. Suddenly the case erupts into a ball of fire. The crowd screams in terror as chaos breaks out. A massive explosion rips through the street, sending bodies and debris flying everywhere. Innocent people are engulfed in the deadly flames. Fang Cheng watches as the hooded culprit flees the scene. He tells Lin Long Yue he's going after the arsonist, and with a burst of speed he gives chase. The hooded figure turns, surprised to be caught so quickly. But Fang Cheng is already on him, demanding to know who he works for. Before he can answer, the arsonist's face begins to burn from within. He chooses to self-destruct in a final fiery act of defiance. Fang Cheng leaps back, narrowly avoiding the explosion. He realizes with a grim certainty that they'd rather die than surrender. What kind of organization inspires this level of fanatical loyalty? Lin Long Yue concludes this was just a puppet, and the real master is still hiding. As emergency crews arrive, they can only watch the aftermath. Nearby, some bystanders laugh and film the tragedy, a grim reminder of the world they live in. An officer tries to disperse the crowd, warning them of the lingering danger. As the rescue team arrives, Fang Cheng and Lin Long Yue watch from a distance. He decides to seek answers from Zhou Tai at the Hunters' Union. She agrees, but worries he's taking on a foe far too powerful. The next day, he arrives at the towering headquarters. He finds the vice president in the middle of an intense training session. Zhou Tai seems impressed with the boy's raw fighting ability, but Fang Cheng's dodge is just a little too fast, a little too perfect. The veteran teaches him a lesson about anticipating the next move, and drives the point home with a solid punch to the chest. Fang Cheng admits defeat, and Zhou Tai can tell he's distracted. He brings up the arson attack from the night before. The veteran connects the attack to the infamous Flame Demon, a name that instantly triggers a painful memory. Fang Cheng grabs him, demanding to know everything about the monster. He reveals the Flame Demon is the one who murdered his parents. Seeing the boy's burning desire for revenge, Zhou Tai agrees to talk. He explains the demon fled 5 years ago and has since grown to C-class. Now he's back, more cunning than ever and nearly impossible to track. But Fang Cheng vows to find him no matter where he's hiding. He declares his new goal, to hunt the Flame Demon and become a C-class hunter. The vice president is impressed by his burning ambition for revenge. He waves the boy off, eager to see him grow stronger. With his new mission set, Fang Cheng heads back into the city. His first stop is a weapons shop to gear up for the coming hunt. He knows this will be a hard battle and prepares accordingly. Later, a news report confirms his fears about the recent attacks. The broadcast details multiple arson incidents across the city. He realizes this is the work of more than just one person, and despite the warnings, the streets are still full of potential targets. He decides his first priority is to make himself stronger. His journey takes him to a local convenience store, where his sister is surprised to see him at her job. He tells her he's heading out to train for a while. She warns him to be careful, worried about the recent attacks. But he just smiles, offering her a brand new phone. He waves goodbye, leaving her with the unexpected gift. She watches him go, noticing how much he's changed. All she can do is hope he achieves his goals and stays safe. Meanwhile, Fang Cheng arrives in a desolate, abandoned town. He's armed and ready, his eyes burning with resolve. The Union intel says this place is a nest of powerful demons. He can already smell the blood. He's entered their hunting ground. And right on cue, a monster bursts from the rubble. It lunges at him, a blur of rage and muscle. But Fang Cheng remains completely unfazed. He effortlessly blocks the demon's powerful strike, then sends it reeling with a swing of his chained weapon. The weapon flies past the first monster and strikes a second demon that was sneaking up behind him. The monkey demon dodges with incredible speed. He now finds himself facing 2 powerful monsters, but he just grins, seeing this as a golden opportunity. The monkey demon growls, seeing him as nothing more than prey. It hurls a massive bladed weapon straight at him. He deflects the projectiles as they split apart midair. He realizes with a start that they're all solid darts. But the attack was just a distraction for the spider demon's ambush. It crashes down where he stood just a moment before. With the first threat dodged, he charges back at the monkey demon, but his weapon shatters under the sheer force of the blow. He realizes he has no choice but to use his Demon Slayer power. His arm transforms as he faces down the 2 monsters. It's time to test out the new thorn ability he just acquired. A forest of sharpened spikes erupts from the ground. His eyes glow with a cold, predatory light. The thorns lash out, overwhelming the 2 demons. Enraged, the monkey demon launches a desperate counterattack, but Fang Cheng easily blocks the incoming energy blasts. He prepares to end this with a powerful hand blade of his own. He unleashes a whirlwind of attacks, determined to cut them down. The spider demon roars in defiance, but it's no match for his speed. He gives in to the battle lust, declaring his killing spree has just begun. He unleashes his tentacle ability, ensnaring the monkey demon. With a brutal slam, he smashes the monster into the ground. But the 2 demons regroup, ready for another round. The spider demon unleashes a cloud of dark fog to obscure his vision, but he sees it as a foolish trick, a perfect cover for a counterattack. The demons laugh, thinking he's trapped in their smokescreen, but he emerges from the shadows, ready to strike from behind. He cuts down the spider demon with a single brutal strike. The monster is torn to pieces before it can even react. The monkey demon can only watch in shock as its partner falls. It roars in fury, charging forward to avenge its fallen ally. But Fang Cheng is already prepared, his only rule being to leave no enemy standing. He hurls a spear that finds its mark with deadly precision. The system confirms the kill, granting him a new dart skill. He also gains a black mist ability and an agility boost from the spider. He's surprised by the stat increase, feeling his body become even faster. But his victory is cut short as he senses a new group of hunters approaching. Looks like he's not the only one hunting here. The new arrivals recognize him from the news, calling him the Demon Lord. Fang Cheng knows his secret is out, and he has to silence them for good. But he's not about to back down, challenging them to try and take what's his. The hunters decide to just kill him and claim an extra bounty for their trouble. But their standoff is interrupted by a new, more menacing presence. A horned demon on a motorcycle arrives, drawn by the scent of battle. Talk about a dramatic entrance. He leaps into the air, bringing his massive sword down on the hunters. In a flash of steel, he cuts them all down without a second thought. Fang Cheng can only watch as the battlefield is cleared in an instant. He realizes this new demon just wiped out 4 D-class hunters with ease. The demon mocks the legendary demon slayer for hiding inside a human. Fang Cheng is stunned, demanding to know how he knows his secret. The demon dismisses the question, focusing on the power within him. He reveals the demon slayer was once the strongest in the demon world. Fang Cheng realizes the demon is here to steal that power for himself, but he refuses to surrender it, activating his new dart ability. The demon scoffs, questioning how a D-class hunter can protect such a prize. He charges forward, declaring Fang Cheng is not worthy of the power. The massive sword comes crashing down with incredible force, but Fang Cheng blocks the blow, his speed surprising the powerful demon. The 2 demons clash in a flurry of blades and dark energy, but the system detects a C-class threat, unlocking his complete demon slayer form. He hurls the demon's own motorcycle back at him as a projectile. The horned demon catches it with ease, a mocking grin on his face. He scoffs at the boy for using such a ridiculous weapon in a fight. With a single swing, he smashes the bike to pieces. But Fang Cheng is already unleashing another new ability. His tentacle transforms into a massive, bladed projectile, and he sends it spinning right at the demon's head. The demon's arrogance finally fades, replaced by a look of genuine shock. The spinning blade slams right into the demon's forehead. Furious, he declares that playtime is officially over, but a new challenger has entered the ring. A shadowy flame demon lands, his presence radiating pure menace. He sends the horned demon flying with a single, devastating slash. But Fang Cheng is also caught in the attack, feeling the sting of a real wound. The system warns him this new threat is on another level entirely. The newcomer, known as Inferno, asks if his reputation precedes him. The horned demon admits Inferno is an elite from the Devil's Church. Inferno smirks, amused by the mention of their shared rank. The demon explains there are levels to this, and Inferno is far above him. Fang Cheng mocks the demon's defeatist attitude. He explains that he too was once weak and bullied, but he never stopped fighting to grow stronger. Now he declares that Inferno must die, no matter the cost. The horned demon seems impressed by his ambition, but he admits he's a loser with no pride left, asking for death. Fang Cheng scoffs, refusing to dirty his hands on a coward. The horned demon then offers him a parting gift, a final offering from one self-proclaimed loser to another. He'd rather give his power to Fang Cheng than die for nothing. The horned demon's body erupts into a vortex of dark energy. He hopes to witness Fang Cheng's journey to greatness from beyond. The energy swirls and condenses before a stunned Fang Cheng, forging itself into a massive demonic blade. The demon has become a living weapon, and Fang Cheng reaches out to claim it. As he grips the hilt, he feels an instant, powerful connection. A voice in his head congratulates him for talking a villain into becoming a free upgrade. He's shocked to hear the usually robotic system sound so human. Suddenly, a small creature bursts from his chest, happy to be free. And just like that, he has a new, very talkative sidekick. The little creature introduces itself, demanding he kneel and worship. Fang Cheng can only wonder if this is some kind of pet form. The tiny demon explodes with rage, declaring itself the king of demon lords. "Sure you are, buddy." He asks if this is the demon slayer's true form, and the creature reluctantly agrees. It clarifies that for now it's just a soul body. It explains that his hatred drew it in, and it needs him to kill demons to regain its power. Fang Cheng weighs the risks, knowing he needs to cooperate to get stronger. He agrees to the deal, but his first target is Inferno. The little demon gets excited, suggesting they take down the entire Devil's Church. With a new ally and a new plan, Fang Cheng heads back to the Hunters' Union. He returns to the guild, dropping a mountain of bounties on the floor. The officer can't believe how much stronger he's gotten in such a short time. Shutai notes a C-class demon among the kills, impressed by his progress. But Fang Cheng claims it was just luck, wanting to keep a low profile for now. He then asks for any news on the flame demon, Inferno. Jotai explains that while Inferno is hiding, his followers are not. Fang Cheng questions why people aren't staying home, but the public resisted the lockdown. In fact, a popular band is even holding a concert tonight, despite the risks. He immediately suspects a connection between the band and the flame demon, but with no proof, the union's hands are tied. Fang Cheng decides he has to sneak into the concert and investigate himself. The blue-haired officer confirms his massive bounty has been paid out. He's stunned to learn he's earned 120 million yuan, mostly from the C-Class kill. His new sidekick is thrilled, seeing a future full of profitable demon hunts. Later that night, he arrives at the Black Sun VIP bar for the concert. He pulls up on a new motorcycle, ready to blend in with the crowd. With his demonic sword on his back, he surveys the scene. The little demon assures him that in its soul form, it's completely invisible to others. He watches as the fans are ushered inside the venue. The lead singer takes the stage, hyping up the crowd for the show to begin. The crowd goes wild, chanting the band's name. Fangcheng wades through the fans, ready to see what all the fuss is about. The music kicks in with a heavy bass line. The lead singer's lyrics are dark, speaking of war and a lack of peace. The band's energy is infectious, their performance full of raw power. The entire venue is a sea of fans, completely lost in the music. But Fangcheng is unimpressed by the noise, while his sidekick rocks out. He scans the crowd, seeing nothing but devoted followers. But then he spots a familiar face, the deputy leader, also investigating in secret. Great minds think alike, I guess. On stage, the singer's nihilistic lyrics echo through the hall. The singer rallies the crowd, their voices chanting the band's name. But his words take a dark turn, asking if they'd sacrifice themselves to a great flame. The question catches both Fangcheng and the deputy leader completely off guard. But the crowd roars in agreement, their devotion turning fanatical. With a twisted grin, he prepares to unleash his final act. A massive fiery symbol appears, igniting the entire venue. His sidekick recognizes it as a demonic sacrificial circle. The fans cheer as they burn, welcoming their master, Lord Inferno. The singer greets his master, the ritual now in full swing. Finally, someone in the crowd realizes the danger and screams for everyone to run. The deputy leader watches as Fangcheng stands his ground. He wonders if the boy is trying to lure Inferno out into the open, but Fangcheng knows he just needs a place to transform for the coming fight. A voice echoes from the flames, reveling in the destruction. The cultists cheer for their master, welcoming their own fiery end. And from the heart of the Inferno, a new figure begins to rise. The deputy leader watches, knowing his target has finally appeared. The flame demon Inferno has arrived in all his terrifying glory. He seems pleased with the sheer number of sacrifices made in his name, but his attention is quickly drawn to the one man who isn't panicking. The band members, now flame minions, offer to finish the job, but the deputy leader steps in, demanding Inferno face him directly. He unleashes a torrent of blue skeletal energy, crashing down on the unsuspecting minions. He tears through them with ease, their fiery forms dissolving. He stands alone in the Inferno, ready for the main event. His skeletal aura forms a perfect shield against the flames. He even finds time to check his phone. Talk about multitasking. Inferno watches, recognizing the power of the Night Watch division. With the opening act over, the two powerhouses finally clash. Inferno looks surprised, reacting to the deputy leader's powerful attack. Inferno stands amidst the flames, seemingly unharmed by the initial assault. The deputy leader, in his skeletal form, prepares another powerful strike. Inferno is sent flying back, realizing the deputy leader is a demon of the same race. Inferno recovers, declaring that if the deputy leader is here, he will be buried. Inferno unleashes a massive wave of fire, engulfing the deputy leader in flames. The flames explode outwards, creating a powerful shockwave through the venue. The deputy leader emerges from the explosion, seemingly unfazed by the attack. He acknowledges Inferno's powerful abilities for a C-rank mid-demon. Inferno, now more serious, recognizes the deputy leader's aura as that of the Demon Slayer. Inferno, in his fiery demon form, dismisses the deputy leader's words with a roar. He boasts of his lava-hard fists, but the deputy leader vows to shatter them. Their powerful blows connect, sending a shockwave of energy through the air. Meanwhile, the deputy leader's skeletal energy continues to tear through Inferno's remaining minions. He unleashes a devastating punch, easily dispatching the last of the cultists. The deputy leader then notices the ongoing battle between Inferno and the Demon Lord. He wonders about the intense animosity the Demon Lord holds for Inferno. Fangcheng, in his Demon Slayer form, unleashes a powerful dark energy attack. Inferno stands his ground, completely unfazed by the incoming assault. He grins confidently, declaring the attack is too weak to even warrant a dodge. Inferno stands in a powerful, armored form, crackling with destructive energy. The deputy leader is surprised, realizing Inferno neutralized his energy blade with sheer brute strength. Inferno declares it's time to show the deputy leader the true gap in their power. The two powerful demons clash again, their attacks creating a fiery explosion. Inferno is sent flying back, crashing through the ground with immense force. The deputy leader stands firm, his skeletal hand glowing, wondering what just happened. Inferno recovers quickly, his body glowing with renewed power as he prepares to retaliate. He unleashes a massive burst of fiery energy, engulfing the deputy leader. The deputy leader is sent flying through the air, a small figure against the red explosion. Inferno stands amidst the flames, seemingly having an endless reserve of power. Inferno, engulfed in flames, mocks the deputy leader's perceived weakness. The deputy leader retaliates with a powerful, energy-charged punch. Inferno is sent crashing into a nearby car, as the deputy leader stands ready. The deputy leader lifts the car, challenging Inferno to keep dodging his attacks. He hurls the vehicle, but Inferno swiftly evades the crushing impact. Inferno unleashes his dark tentacles, preparing a swift counterattack. His powerful tentacles tear through the discarded car with ease. Inferno lunges, his tentacles striking at the deputy leader. The deputy leader's face registers shock as the attack closes in. Inferno's powerful tentacles ensnare the deputy leader's arm, twisting it with immense force. Inferno coughs, blood escaping his mouth as the deputy leader notes his surprising resilience. Inferno stands firm amidst the flames as the deputy leader closes in for another attack. The deputy leader, in his skeletal form, furiously demands if Inferno remembers the arson from 5 years ago. Inferno dismisses the past event as insignificant, mocking the deputy leader's memory. Enraged, the deputy leader vows to make Inferno pay, raising his flaming sword for a decisive strike. The two powerful demons clash again, their weapons meeting in a furious explosion of energy. Inferno mocks the deputy leader's fighting style, claiming it's fueled by hatred and lacks technique. The deputy leader, still consumed by rage, dismisses Inferno's taunts. Inferno presses his advantage, declaring that hatred only dulls the deputy leader's spirit and weakens his will. The deputy leader's eye glows with a pained red light, showing his internal struggle. Inferno stands triumphantly over the deputy leader, who lies broken and defeated on the ground. Inferno, in his fiery form, mocks his opponent, declaring the fight isn't over yet. The deputy leader, battered and bruised, questions if this is truly his end. Suddenly, Fang Cheng appears, mocking the deputy leader for his pathetic state and questioning his title. Fang Cheng, looking wounded, realizes that even his own inner demon is now taunting him. The little demon advises Fang Cheng to unleash his full power and determination to kill, then questions his true motivation for fighting. Fang Cheng looks up, pondering the demon's unexpected question. He reflects on his reasons: to earn money for his sister's well-being, and to avenge his parents by defeating the flame demon, Inferno. The little demon challenges him, asking if he has ever fought purely for the thrill of battle, for the desire to kill. The little demon's voice commands Fang Cheng to fight and reclaim his killing instinct. Fang Cheng looks up, his face a mask of shock and pain as dark energy swirls around him. Engulfed in a surge of red and black energy, Fang Cheng screams in agony as his inner demon pushes him. Inferno watches from above as Fang Cheng's demon slayer form fully manifests, crackling with red lightning. Inferno's expression shifts to concern, realizing Fang Cheng's aura is rapidly intensifying. Fang Cheng's monstrous form grows larger, his body hardening and crackling with destructive power. His transformation completes, becoming a massive, horned demon, roaring with raw, untamed strength. The transformed Fang Cheng lets out a powerful cry, surrounded by an explosion of red energy. Inferno stares in disbelief, questioning how Fang Cheng could evolve and grow stronger despite his fatal injuries. He then realizes that only the legendary demon slayer possesses such an ability to grow through battle. Fang Cheng's monstrous form crackles with destructive energy, ready to strike. His body's evolution has doubled his explosive power, making him even more formidable. Inferno reacts with a mix of shock and fury, his own flames flaring. Fang Cheng lunges, unleashing a devastating shockwave of pure force. His clawed hand, crackling with red lightning, reaches out for the attack. Inferno braces for impact, his face a mask of desperate rage. The powerful blow sends Inferno crashing through the ground with immense force. Inferno looks up, battered but defiant, as Fang Cheng looms over him. The sheer power of their clash has utterly destroyed the surrounding vehicles. Inferno, enraged, lunges back, clearly unimpressed by Fang Cheng's new level of crazy. Inferno, enraged, questions if he's taken for weak. He unleashes a massive burst of fiery energy. His hand glows with intense heat, preparing for a powerful attack. Inferno declares this is his true form, with flames fully unleashed. He lunges forward, a blazing inferno of destruction. Fang Cheng, in his armored form, dismisses the fire, claiming immunity to burns. He meets Inferno's fiery attack with a powerful counterblow. Inferno cries out in pain, surprised by the unexpected impact. He stumbles back, declaring Fang Cheng's actions absolutely unforgivable. Inferno prepares to retaliate, his body still wreathed in furious flames. Inferno, engulfed in flames, lunges forward with a powerful enraged punch. Fang Cheng meets the fiery attack head-on, their fists clashing in a brutal impact. Inferno declares that only one of them will survive this decisive battle. Their powerful blows send shockwaves, tearing apart the surrounding street and vehicles. Inferno unleashes a massive torrent of fire, engulfing Fang Cheng in a blazing inferno. But Fang Cheng emerges from the flames, seemingly unharmed, ready to retaliate. Inferno is stunned, realizing Fang Cheng shattered his flames and is now in a pain-immune frenzy. Fang Cheng unleashes a devastating blow, sending Inferno crashing back with immense force. Fang Cheng, in his monstrous form, demands to know why Inferno caused the arson 5 years ago. Inferno, battered but defiant, claims he was merely an executioner following orders from the Pope. Fang Cheng, in his monstrous form, questions Inferno about the Devil Church's leader, who confirms his role. Inferno, still engulfed in flames, tries to appeal to Fang Cheng, suggesting they end their conflict. But Fang Cheng, consumed by rage, dismisses Inferno's words, thinking of his deceased parents. He declares he cannot face the innocent souls lost in the fire if he lets Inferno escape. Inferno, looking desperate, tries to plead for a moment to explain. But Fang Cheng, with his massive blade, tells Inferno to take his words to those he killed. The next morning, the city streets are quiet, a stark contrast to the night's chaos. Fang Cheng, back in his human form, arrives home announcing his presence. His sister turns, her face a mix of surprise and relief at seeing him. She rushes to him, expressing her concern over his absence and unanswered calls. Fang Cheng explains his absence, revealing he was hunting demons and brought her a gift. He presents her with keys, announcing he bought the convenience store so she can run her own business. His sister stares in wide-eyed disbelief at his incredible gesture. She worries about the immense cost, urging him to save for his own future and a house. Fang Cheng reassures her, calling it an investment that will ultimately benefit their family. She is deeply touched, expressing her pride in how much her little brother has grown. Her hand then rests on a letter lying on the table. She shows him the letter, noting it's from the Hunter Association and addressed to him. Fang Cheng opens it to reveal an official hunter's certificate, stunning his sister. He smiles, realizing this certification comes just in time for his school's graduation exam. The Dongzhou Hunter Academy's graduation assessment venue stands ready, marked by a towering crystalline structure. Examiners from the Hunter Association announce the start of graduation season, offering a chance for a hunter's certificate. They encourage the students to perform their best as the hopeful crowd cheers in anticipation. The blonde-haired bully scoffs at Fang Cheng's absence, assuming he's too weak and afraid to face the assessment. He grins, convinced his previous defeat was a fluke and that his improved strength makes Fang Cheng no match. Lin Longyue asserts that Fang Cheng's character means he will surely participate, while a friend dismisses it as a foolish hope. Fang Cheng stands among the gathered students, observing the bustling crowd. Lin Longyue greets him, happy he's finally returned for the impending graduation, but Fang Cheng shocks her by declaring he came to withdraw from the assessment, leaving her stunned. The bully laughs, mocking Fang Cheng for his apparent cowardice and calling him a waste. The bully laughs, convinced Fang Cheng is too cowardly to face the assessment, while other students question his decision. But Fang Cheng calmly declares he has already obtained his hunter certificate in advance. Lin Longyue looks on in stunned disbelief, realizing how rapidly Fang Cheng's power has grown. The bully and his friends mock Fang Cheng, telling him to stop boasting about impossible achievements. An examiner steps forward, explaining that while a professional hunter doesn't need the assessment, he must verify the certificate. Fang Cheng confidently agrees, revealing he came prepared for this exact moment. He smoothly pulls out the official document, ready to silence his doubters. The examiner's eyes widen in shock as he reads the contents of the certificate. It's a C-Class certificate, signed by the Hunters Association and appraised by none other than Vice President Zhou Taiye. The bully and his friends are utterly flabbergasted, unable to comprehend how a student could achieve such a high rank. Lin Longyue confronts Fang Cheng, surprised he kept his C-Class status a secret. Other students swarm him, showering him with praise and invitations to join their groups. Fang Cheng reflects on the sudden shift from scorn to admiration, finding the world quite abstract. The examiner praises his C-class qualifications, inviting him to join the Hunter Association. The bully and other students are stunned, realizing Fangcheng has been actively recruited. Fangcheng considers the Hunter Association's generous offer, but he firmly refuses, knowing his true identity as a demon slayer prevents him from joining any group. The officials are surprised by his refusal, given the excellent conditions. Lin Longyue watches, understanding there's a deeper reason for his decision. The officials acknowledge his certificate, signed by Zhou Ti, and decide not to press him further. The official accepts Fang Cheng's refusal, wishing him well and dispersing the crowd for the assessment. Fang Cheng, however, finds the social niceties tiresome, preferring the straightforwardness of demon hunting. Lin Longyue approaches, declaring her intent to ace the graduation exam and match his newfound strength. Fang Cheng offers a reassuring smile, urging her to believe in herself as he promises to await her success. Time ticks by under a bright sky, marking the start of the academy's final assessment. Students move across the grounds, some celebrating, while others despair over their weak-awakened abilities. One student boasts of his E-Class Hunter rating, while others discuss Lin Longyue's C-Class wind power. The blonde-haired bully, Chen Tianyu, stands proudly, crackling with his newly awakened D-Class lightning ability. He clenches his fist, acknowledging Fang Cheng's lead but vowing to surpass him no matter what. Meanwhile, Lin Longyue walks through the city streets, her thoughts likely still on the upcoming exam. Lin Longyue treats Fang Cheng to a meal, celebrating her C-Class awakening and official hunter status. Fang Cheng internally acknowledges her genius, noting she's just one level below his current strength. She then asks about his plans, revealing her intent to join the demon hunting department. Fang Cheng replies that he will continue working alone as a full-time demon hunter. His invisible demon sidekick mocks him, calling Lin Longyue his wife and joking she might hunt him. Fang Cheng, flustered, yells at the invisible demon to get lost, startling Lin Longyue. She asks why he's acting so strange, and he quickly tries to play it off with a forced smile. He then sincerely wishes her the best, hoping she'll be admitted to an official department soon. Lin Longyue expresses her wish for him to become a top-notch hunter, but laments they'll meet less after graduation. A news report on a screen discusses shadow incidents occurring in the southern area of Dongzhou. The news reports a new threat. Residents in the southern area are turning into shadowy figures. These shadow people are attacking indiscriminately, prompting hunters to deploy for combat missions. Lin Longyue and Fang Cheng discuss the strange new shadow incident following the recent arson. Fang Cheng suspects a Devil's Church conspiracy to take over the city, deciding he must investigate, much to Lin Longyue's concern. Our boy arrives at a desolate, ruined city district, the sky a grim red. A shadow dog snarls, its eyes glowing with malevolent energy. More shadowy canine figures emerge, their forms dark and menacing. Fang Cheng walks through the wreckage, noting that even animals are falling victim to this shadow transformation. He finds a fallen hunter, realizing that ordinary shadow creatures couldn't have caused such widespread destruction. He looks up, sensing a far more powerful demon lurking in the shadows. Fang Cheng looks up in sudden alarm, realizing something unexpected has occurred. A shadowy creature attacks, striking the ground where Fang Cheng's own shadow lies. Our boy cries out in pain, his face contorted in shock and agony. He realizes with dawning horror that he took damage when his shadow was struck. Fang Cheng stands ready, his monstrous shadow now a separate entity facing the enemy. Another burst of dark energy slams into him, sending him reeling. His little demon sidekick mocks him, questioning how he could be hit by such a simple move. Fang Cheng endures the shadowy attacks, noting their poisonous effects but trusts his self-healing ability. He looks around, realizing he's now surrounded and being attacked from both sides. The shadowy figures close in, their forms menacing as they seem to mock his predicament. Fang Cheng, in his demon slayer form, vows to destroy any shadow creature in his path. He charges forward, his blade glowing as he strikes at a shadowy figure. His powerful attack shatters the monster, sending fragments of dark energy flying. Fang Cheng stands amidst the dissipating shadows, ready for the next wave. He faces a towering, multi-limbed shadow demon, its eyes burning with malevolence. Fang Cheng decides to use this opportunity to test his newly acquired fire abilities. He unleashes a devastating burst of red energy, engulfing the shadow monster. The fiery attack tears through the creature, dissolving its form into dark mist. But a massive, worm-like shadow demon with razor-sharp teeth erupts from the ground. Fang Cheng and his sidekick realize he's now the primary target of this new giant monster. The massive shadow worm demon lunges, its gaping maw filled with razor-sharp teeth, attempting to devour Fang Chung. Fang Chung's face tightens with grim resolve as he faces the overwhelming shadowy assault. The colossal worm demon thrashes, its immense body tearing through the ground with destructive force. Fang Chung braces himself, his feet digging into the shattered earth as he prepares for the next impact. He looks up at the towering monster, acknowledging its formidable strength with a thoughtful gaze. Suddenly, Fang Chung hears a desperate cry for help, his eyes widening in alarm. More shadowy figures emerge from the ground, taking the form of menacing sharks with glowing red eyes. Fang Chung reacts with shock, realizing that even more unexpected shadow creatures are joining the fray. He moves with incredible agility, weaving through the chaotic attacks from both the worm and the shadow sharks. His little demon sidekick explains that all shadows are controlled by a hidden shadow demon, whose true form must be found to defeat it. His little demon sidekick warns him that the shadow waves are returning, and Fang Chung knows they must eliminate these roadblock fish first. Fang Chung, still in human form, prepares for battle, his body crackling with red energy. The menacing shadow sharks lunge forward, their glowing red eyes fixed on him. He quickly fuses his black mist ability with his newly acquired fire ability, preparing a devastating counter. Unleashing an explosion, fire mist, attack, a powerful wave of fiery energy erupts from his hand. The explosive force tears through the ground, engulfing the shadowy enemies in a fiery vortex. Fang Chung stands amidst the dissipating energy, confident the immediate threat is gone and noting his gain in demonic energy. But his little demon sidekick appears, telling him it's still early, and to look up, catching Fang Chung off guard. Fang Chung looks up to see the sky filled with countless shadow bats, his sidekick mocking the endless challenge. Nearby, two other hunters also spot the strange shadow birds, noting their unified movement in one direction. A ruined building stands under a blood-red sky with a swirling shadow vortex and dark birds. A shadowy figure with a sinister grin declares he will play this shadow game to the end. Fang Chung, in his human form, observes the gathering shadow crows, realizing they are all here. He understands that someone behind the scenes is specifically targeting him. Fang Chung stands ready, surrounded by a swirling red aura and the menacing shadow creatures. The shadow crows caw as they swarm around him, a relentless aerial assault. He realizes that fighting the endless crows directly is a futile effort. His little demon sidekick proposes a bold idea, and Fang Chung asks for the crazy idea. The little demon, now in a bat-like form, declares it will send Fang Chung flying. Fang Chung, surprised, prepares to follow the flock's path and charge straight through. The little demon, in its bat form, carries Fang Chung through the air, soaring through the swarm of shadow crows. Fang Chung, with a grim determination, knows he has no choice but to take this desperate risk. He's launched forward, a red blur of destructive energy, tearing through the endless horde of shadow crows. Fang Chung dives through the air like a fiery projectile, leaving a trail of shattered shadows in his wake. Other hunters watch in stunned disbelief, marveling at his flashy, jet-like attack. Fang Chung, still in human form, spots the true source of the shadow demons in the distance. The shadow demon, a long-haired figure with glowing red eyes, stands amidst dark energy, smirking at his arrival. Fang Chung, now in his demon slayer form, leaps towards the shadow demon, having finally found its true form. The two clash in midair, their powerful attacks meeting in a furious explosion of energy. Fang Chung lands, his back to the camera, as the shadow demon is sent reeling from the brutal impact. The shadow demon praises Fang Chung's strength for defeating Inferno. He declares Fang Chung a worthy opponent, his eyes glowing with malevolence. Fang Chung, in his demon slayer form, dismisses the shadow demon's taunts. The shadow demon lunges, challenging Fang Chung to test their true strength. Fang Chung sees an opening, preparing for a swift counterattack. He dodges the shadow demon's strike with incredible speed. The shadow demon's attack creates a massive crater where Fang Chung once stood. Fang Chung realizes that shadows cannot be truly killed and can regenerate indefinitely. The shadow demon grins, unleashing a new wave of shadow attacks. Fang Chung observes the shadowy figures, finding their ability to shape shadows interesting. Fang Chung, in his demon slayer form, dismisses the shadow demon's previous moves as insignificant. He unleashes a powerful surge of red energy, tearing through the shadowy landscape. But the shadow demon, cloaked and menacing, counters with a massive burst of dark energy. The demon's attack erupts in a devastating explosion of red and purple energy, engulfing Fang Chung. The sheer force of the blast obliterates the surrounding structures, sending a shockwave across the ruined city. Fang Cheng stands amidst the fading smoke, questioning if the intense battle has finally concluded. His little demon sidekick in its bat form warns him that the shadow demon is still gathering power. The shadow demon, now in a more monstrous form, laughs with chilling glee as dark energy swirls around him. He grins, reveling in the sensation of unleashing his full, unbridled power. The shadow demon stands in his true, terrifying form, acknowledging Fang Cheng's skill for forcing his complete transformation. Fang Cheng realizes the shadow demon's power has reached C rank high, nearing B rank. His little demon sidekick declares it's time to unleash their ultimate trump card. Fang Cheng looks surprised as red energy swirls around him, questioning the extreme measure. He cries out in agony as dark energy violently erupts from his body. A demonic red symbol forms on his chest as his transformation begins. His body hardens, covered in dark armored plates as he continues to evolve. Fang Cheng emerges in a new imposing armored form, ready to face overwhelming strength. He grips a massive demonic sword, a weapon forged from pure power. His armored face and glowing red eyes confirm the complete transformation. Fang Cheng stands in his C-rank peak killing demon armor form, radiating immense power. Fang Cheng in his C-rank peak killing demon armor form stands ready for battle. The shadow demon mocks Fang Cheng's heavy armor, calling him sluggish. But Fang Cheng effortlessly swings his massive sword, demonstrating his immense strength. He prepares to strike, challenging the shadow demon's arrogance. Fang Cheng's powerful blow sends the shadow demon reeling. The shadow demon recovers, realizing Fang Cheng's heavy armor is enhanced by an aura boost. Their weapons clash again, creating a devastating impact. Fang Cheng taunts the shadow demon, calling him a mere dog of the demon church. The shadow demon, enraged, declares himself an official member of the demon church. But Fang Cheng dismisses him, stating he and Inferno are just pawns of a higher power. Fang Cheng and the shadow demon clash, their massive weapons meeting in a furious exchange. The shadow demon, enraged, demands Fang Cheng cease his taunts. Fang Cheng's powerful sword deflects the demon's attack with ease. Fang Cheng, in his armored form, dismisses the demon's shadow tricks as useless. The shadow demon looks shocked, realizing the armor blocks its shadowy assaults. Fang Cheng declares true battles are fought with raw power, striking the demon. The shadow demon cries out in pain as Fang Cheng's blow connects. Fang Cheng's relentless assault sends the demon crashing, threatening to collapse the area. A massive explosion of debris erupts from the devastating impact. The ground is utterly destroyed, leaving a wide crater of destruction. Fang Cheng and the shadow demon clash with their massive weapons, creating a powerful impact. A bright explosion erupts from their collision, sending debris flying. The shadow demon, battered but defiant, declares that life is resilient, even after Fang Cheng's attack. The shadow demon uses shadow shifting to evade Fang Cheng's next move. He appears weakened, admitting that using shadow shifting twice has depleted his energy, forcing him to rely on external forces. The shadow demon calls upon the shadow army to gather in the name of shadows. Fang Cheng, in his armored form, mocks the shadow demon for trying the same trick again. He charges forward, declaring the shadow demon's end has come. The shadow demon's summoned army appears, surrounding Fang Cheng as he reacts with a grunt. The shadowy figures, including a massive serpent, declare their loyalty to the shadow demon. Fang Cheng, in his powerful armored form, clashes fiercely with the shadow demon's summoned army. He stands amidst the shadowy horde, wondering if this endless battle is just a twisted way to help him level up. Fang Cheng unleashes a devastating wide-area attack, tearing through the surrounding shadow creatures. The enraged shadow demon commands its army to overwhelm Fang Cheng, its eyes burning with fury. Our boy continues his relentless assault, realizing that each fallen shadow demon boosts his demonic aura. He battles another wave of shadowy foes, noting that the shadow demon is constantly replenishing its energy. Fang Cheng is surrounded by towering shadow figures, but he remains unyielding in his attack. His eyes glow with fierce determination as he vows to destroy every last shadow demon. The shadow demon watches in disbelief, questioning why Fang Cheng isn't weakening with prolonged combat. Fang Cheng, still in his armored form, declares there are still too few shadows, hungry for more power. The shadow demon realizes Fang Cheng is absorbing demonic aura from the fallen shadows, replenishing his power. Enraged, the shadow demon declares Fang Cheng won't easily harness his power and activates a self-destruct mode for his minions. The shadowy creatures around Fang Cheng begin to glow with purple energy, screaming as they prepare to detonate. Fang Cheng, in his armored form, braces himself as the shadowy figures explode around him. Massive red tentacles ensnare Fang Cheng as the shadow demon declares this explosive bomb is meant for him. The tentacles tighten around Fang Cheng while the shadowy figures detonate, catching him off guard. Fang Cheng is engulfed in a massive explosion of yellow and red energy as the shadow demon's minions self-destruct. The shadow demon watches the devastating blast, confident in the destructive power of its sacrifice. But Fang Cheng emerges from the smoke, his massive sword raised, ready to strike, much to the shadow demon's surprise. Fang Cheng brings his colossal blade down, clashing with the shadow demon, who screams in defiance. Fang Cheng's colossal blade continues its devastating arc. It slices through the shadow demon, who cries out in agony. A system message confirms the shadow demon's demise, granting Fang Cheng a new shadow clone ability. The sun sets over the desolate, ruined landscape, marking the battle's end. Fang Cheng stands triumphant as the shadow demon's form begins to dissipate. The fading demon warns that killing him is ultimately useless. He reveals the demon church's army has captured several cities and will soon attack Dongzhou, slaughtering its citizens. Fang Cheng, in his armored form, dismisses the dying demon's desperate threats. He unleashes a final, powerful burst of energy, ensuring the demon's complete destruction. The last remnants of the shadow demon dissipate into nothingness. Fang Cheng's monstrous hand grips a piece of the shadow demon's dissipating form. Fang Cheng, back in his human form, holds a fragment of the demon, thinking of the bounty. His little demon sidekick urges him to use the newly acquired shadow clone ability. Fang Cheng acknowledges the command as red energy begins to swirl around him. A mass of swirling red energy forms on the ground, taking shape. A powerful red-skinned clone of Fang Cheng's demon slayer form emerges. Fang Cheng notes the clone's appearance is identical to his initial transformation. His sidekick suggests he give the clone an attack order, pointing to a distant wall. The red clone charges forward with immense speed, ready to strike. The clone smashes into the wall, creating a powerful explosion of debris. The clone's powerful impact shatters the wall, and the little demon notes its C-rank beginner strength. The little demon reminds Fang Cheng the clone is only support, urging him to train harder as the demon pope's forces approach Dongzhou. Fang Cheng, now shirtless and confident, welcomes the coming demons, eager to gain more abilities, a sentiment his sidekick shares. 2 days later, Fang Cheng's sister looks out from a tall city building. She reports that the demon church's army has captured surrounding cities and is now launching an attack on Dongzhou. A powerful blast of energy shatters a window, signaling the invasion has begun. The streets erupt in chaos as demons attack, and citizens flee in terror. Hunters bravely stand their ground, vowing to protect the city from the invading monsters. A hunter cries out in pain as he's struck during the fierce battle. Meanwhile, in the quiet suburbs of Dongzhou City, Fang's store stands peacefully. Fang Cheng's sister watches a news report confirming the demon church's army has invaded the city. Fang Cheng, armed with his demonic sword, prepares to join the fight, telling his sister to stay safe. His sister looks at him with concern, wishing he could just live a normal life for a while. Fang Cheng, resolute, declares he cannot rest as long as the demon church threatens their world. Elsewhere, a hunter screams for help as he's overwhelmed by green glowing skeletal demons. Fang Cheng's red demon slayer clone activates, ready to enter the fray. 2 skeletal demons look on in surprise as the powerful clone appears. The red clone unleashes a devastating attack, tearing through the demonic forces. 2 hunters watch in shock, questioning the red form of the demon king and urging others to escape. The red clone continues its destructive rampage, sending debris flying with each powerful blow. Fang Cheng speeds through the chaos on his motorcycle, realizing his clone is drawing most of the enemy's attention. His motorcycle wheel kicks up sparks as he navigates the war-torn streets. He weaves through the battle, a red blur amidst the flying debris and attacking demons. With his little demon sidekick, Fang Cheng notes how effortless it is to eliminate enemies with his clone's assistance. He's surprised to gain a summon spearman ability after killing a skeleton, wondering if he's becoming a necromancer. His sidekick questions what a necromancer is, asking if Fang Cheng is getting delusional from too many games. Fang Cheng's thoughts reveal the system's explanation. Acquiring an ability automatically grants related spells, including the new summon. A hand glows with red energy, indicating the activation of the Summon Spearman ability. From a swirling red circle, a skeletal demon spearman emerges, looking like a reborn soldier. Fang Cheng questions if he can only summon spearmen, considering he and his clone have defeated other types of enemies. His little demon sidekick, looking a bit flustered, admits it just forgot to record the new summon types. Fang Cheng, with a confident smirk, feels himself comprehending more demonic runes. He raises his hand and red energy crackles, indicating that summoning now includes all class types. 3 new skeletal demons appear, a shield bearer, a soldier, and a mage, joining the spearmen. Fang Cheng observes his 4 demon soldiers, noting they can form a small effective team. His sidekick explains that the killing clone possesses part of Fang Cheng's soul and can lead the group. Fang Cheng stands in a desolate, war-torn landscape, ready for the next wave of enemies. A horde of horned skeletal demons charges forward, weapons drawn and ready for battle. Fang Cheng and his sidekick grin, realizing more grass is coming, and the timing is perfect for harvesting. He commands his demon squad to move out, sending his summoned skeletons into the fray. Fang Cheng's summoned spearman clashes fiercely with a horned skeletal demon. Suddenly, a powerful winged demon with glowing green energy descends, enraged by the resistance. The demon, wielding a massive axe, vows destruction upon those who oppose the demon pope. Fang Cheng, in his human form, watches as the formidable demon prepares to unleash its attack. A powerful green energy blast erupts, tearing through the ground around Fang Cheng. Fang Cheng, now in his demon slayer form, prepares for a double kill as his sidekick offers advice. The winged demon charges with a fiery attack as Fang Cheng commands his red falcon mount to engage. A massive red creature, Fang Cheng's mount, lunges forward to intercept the winged demon. Fang Cheng's eyes narrow, realizing the enemy has a mounted demon for ambushes. The winged demon swiftly dodges, leaving a trail of green energy as the red mount misses its target. The winged demon's attack creates a fiery explosion, narrowly missing Fang Cheng's mount. Fang Cheng realizes the demon's exhaust contains demonic energy, making it even more dangerous. He praises his red falcon mount for its efforts, despite the miss. Fang Cheng taunts the winged demon, challenging it to face him directly. The winged demon scoffs, boasting its flying beast is far superior to a human's mount. Fang Nori des his red falcon, preparing for the next phase of the battle. He looks back, surprised to see more skeletal demons emerging from the ground. Fang Cheng decides to infuse his red falcon with demonic energy to enhance its attack power. Red energy swirls around the motorcycle's wheel as he powers it up. The red falcon charges, tearing through the newly arrived skeletal demons with a powerful impact. The red falcon's powerful impact creates a massive explosion, sending debris flying through the air. Fang Cheng plans to lure the winged demon into the city's ruins to restrict its flying ability. The winged demon looks down, confused by Fang Cheng's sudden disappearance from his mount. It realizes the boy deliberately lured it into the city for an ambush under the cover of the buildings. But the demon boasts it will take the initiative and destroy the entire place first, raising its axe. It unleashes a devastating attack, tearing through the surrounding buildings with powerful green energy. The demon laughs, confident that even insects will be pulverized by such an overwhelming assault. Suddenly, massive red tentacles erupt from the ground, surprising the winged demon. The demon's eyes widen in shock, questioning what is happening. It looks down in disbelief as the red tentacles ensnare it, wondering where they came from. The winged demon struggles, ensnared by Fang Cheng's powerful red tentacles. It expresses shock and confusion at the unexpected attack. The demon realizes the tentacles are alive, automatically binding it with immense force. The powerful tentacles drag the demon down, slamming it into the ground. A massive explosion erupts as the demon crashes, tearing apart the street. The demon groans in pain, still trapped by the relentless crushing tentacles. It screams for Fang Cheng to face it directly, calling him a coward. Fang Cheng, on his red falcon, grins, knowing his trap has worked perfectly. He charges forward on his motorcycle, closing in on the ensnared demon. Fang Cheng raises his demonic sword high, preparing for a decisive strike. The winged demon's eye widens in shock and confusion. Fang Cheng's demonic sword descends, a red blur of destructive energy. The winged demon cries out in agony, fearing it will be cut in half. With a pained expression, the demon declares Fang Cheng forced it to self-destruct. Fang Cheng, in human form, tells the demon to die alone if it wishes. Well, that's one way to end a fight. A massive explosion erupts, forming a mushroom cloud over the ruined city. Debris and shockwaves spread outwards from the powerful blast. The explosion creates a swirling vortex of destructive energy. A deep crater is left in the ground, with a glowing red core at its center. Fang Cheng stands amidst the fading red energy, having shielded himself with his thorn ability. Fang Cheng stands over the crater, believing the crisis is over and the enemy has self-destructed. But he looks on in shock as green energy still swirls from the impact zone. His eyes widen in disbelief, realizing something is terribly wrong. The winged demon emerges, now a grotesque multi-eyed blob boasting of its undead regeneration. Fang Cheng attacks with his demonic sword, but the monster mocks him, promising a miserable death. The demon's amorphous body easily absorbs the blow, declaring his efforts useless. It then reveals it integrated Fang Cheng's tentacle genes during its self-destruction, now wielding his own power. Fang Cheng is horrified, realizing his unique plunder ability can be replicated by others. The demon, now with tentacles, vows to use his own abilities to turn the tables and ensure his demise. Its newly acquired red tentacles lash out, crackling with malevolent green energy. Fang Cheng mocks the demon's slow attack speed and unfamiliarity with its new stolen abilities. The grotesque demon internally notes its slowed reaction speed after reintegration, while Fang Cheng remains energized. The demon boasts of its immortality and ability to reshape its form, as Fang Cheng deftly dodges its attack. Fang Cheng, with a menacing grin, unleashes his fire ability, challenging the demon to respond. His fiery attack engulfs the demon's tentacles, catching the monster completely off guard. The demon screams in agony, calling Fang Cheng a cunning and deceitful human as it burns. Its fiery form dissipates into fragments, letting out a final cry of pain. Fang Cheng stands victorious amidst the fading flames, his demonic sword resting nearby. His little demon sidekick explains that Fang Cheng has acquired physical regeneration, allowing him to recover from severe damage. The little demon then offers to cut off Fang Cheng's hands to test the new ability, which he quickly declines. Fang Cheng, with his sidekick, declares they must regroup and continue exploring, as the battle has just begun. A building crumbles under a cloud of dust and debris. Hunters clash with horned skeletal demons amidst the ruins, determined to fight to the death. Fang Cheng watches in alarm as a powerful presence manifests in the distance. A formidable holy knight, mounted on a shadowy beast, prepares to clear a path with a glowing spear. The holy knight unleashes a sweeping blue energy attack, sending enemies flying. The armored knight senses the complete dissipation of a necromancer's aura, confirming their demise. Standing over a defeated foe, the holy knight acknowledges the C-rank opponent as worthy,